In this video, we are going to talk about the Mondelez stock. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. The stock price of Mondelez International declined by 1.35% on the last day, Tuesday, June 29, 2021, from $63.19 to $62.34. The price varied 1.39% throughout the day, from a low of $62.16 to a high of $63.02. Although the price has climbed 6 times in the last 10 days, it is still down -2.07% for the period. Volume declined along with the stock on the last day, which is a good sign because volume should follow the stock. The trading volume declined by -126,000 shares on the last day, resulting in a total of 4 million shares being purchased and sold for $279.24 million. Given the present short-term trend, the stock is anticipated to climb 9.73% over the next 3 months and, with a 90% likelihood, conclude the period with a price between $68.41 and $71.97. Market performance of MDLZ. MDLZ stocks rose 0.85% this week, with a monthly decline of -0.19% and a quarterly performance of 5.00%, and an annual performance rate of 26.18%. For Mondelez International Inc., the volatility ratio over the week is 1.05%, while the volatility levels for the past 30 days are 1.06%. For MDLZ stocks, the simple moving average for the last 20 days is -0.11%, while the simple moving average for the previous 200 days is 8.52%. Many brokerage firms have already issued reports on MDLZ stocks, with Citigroup reiterating its buy rating for the stock. According to Citigroup, the expected price for MDLZ in the approaching time is $68 based on a research report published on November 18 of the prior year 2020. In contrast, UBS noted in their research note that they expect MDLZ to reach a price objective of $63, up from their earlier prediction of $62. According to the study issued on November 3, 2020, they have given MDLZ stocks a buy rating. In a research released on November 3 of the previous year, Morgan Stanley assigned MDLZ a overweight rating and set a target price of $63 for the stock. MDLZ trading at 1.74% from the 50-day moving average. Following a market stumbling that took MDLZ to its 52-week low price, the firm has been unable to recover, closing with a -1.83% loss for the period. The volatility rate was left at 1.06%, but it climbed by 1.05% over the last 30 days, as shares fell -0.54% for the moving average during the last 20 days. In opposition, the stock is currently trading +7.52% higher over the last 50 days. MDLZ climbed by +0.85% in the previous 5 trading sessions, changing the 200-day moving average by +10.67% in contrast to the 20-day moving average, which finished at $63.24. Furthermore, Mondelez International Inc. had an 8.07% flip in a single year, with a proclivity to cut further gains. Insider trading. According to reports, there were many insider trading activity at MDLZ, beginning with Hargrove Robin S's selling of 26,628 shares at $54.43 on February 19. Hargrove Robin S now owns 40,000 shares of Mondelez International Inc., valued worth $1,449,362 at the most recent closing price, as a result of this action. May Peter W., the director of Mondelez International Inc., sold 982,051 shares at $55.63 during a deal on February 18, putting his total holdings at 9,370,832 shares valued at $54,627,244 based on the most recent closing price. Stock fundamentals for MDLZ. The company's current profitability levels are +16.21 for the operating margin and +38.40 for the gross margin. Mondelez International Inc. has a net margin of +13.37%. The total capital return is set at 9.10, while the invested capital return is at 8.15. The current value of the equity return is 14.10, while the asset return is 5.70. Mondelez International Inc., MDLZ, has a capital structure that generates 75.08 points in total debt to equity and 42.88 points in total debt to capital. The total debt to asset ratio is 30.54, while the long-term debt to equity ratio is 64.35. Finally, the debt to capital ratio over the long period is 36.75. When we look at the enterprise to sales ratio, we notice that it is 3.81, with the company's debt to enterprise value at 0.20. The company's receivables turnover is 9.04, while its total asset turnover is 0.40. With a value of 0.66, the liquidity ratio appears to be quite appealing to investors. Is it better to purchase or sell MDLZ stock? The stock of Mondelez International Inc., Nasdaq, MDLZ, hasn't moved much in the second quarter. Hedge fund attitude remains stable in general. At the conclusion of the fourth quarter of 2020, the stock was in the portfolios of 50 hedge funds. MDLZ isn't among the top 30 most popular stocks among hedge funds. According to our findings, click for Q4 rankings. We'll compare MDLZ to other stocks like Mercado Libre Inc., Nasdaq, Meli, the TJX Companies, Inc., NYSE, TJX, and Anthem Inc., NYSE, ANTM, at the end of this article to get a better feel of its popularity. When it comes to finding the next great investing opportunity, we at Insider Monkey leave no stone untouched. Lithium mining, for example, is currently one of the fastest growing industries, so we're looking at stock pitches like this developing lithium stock. We look at lists like the 10 greatest hydrogen fuel cell stocks to find the next Tesla that will pay off tenfold. Even though we only propose positions in a small percentage of the firms we research, we look at as many as we can. MDLZ is a good stock to buy now? At the conclusion of the fourth quarter, 50 of the hedge funds monitored by Insider Monkey had long holdings in this stock, up 0% from the previous quarter. On the other side, a year ago, there were 50 hedge funds having a positive position in MDLZ. So, let's look at which hedge funds were among the top stockholders and which hedge funds were making significant moves. Trian Partners, which reported holding $715.8 million in stock at the end of December, has the highest interest in Mondelez International Inc., Nasdaq, MDLZ. Diamond Hill Capital came in second with a $489.2 million position. D.E. Shaw, Hillhouse Capital Management, and Tremblant Capital were among the other positive investors in the company. Trian Partners put the most weight to Mondelez International Inc., Nasdaq, MDLZ. Tremblant Capital is likewise bullish on MDLZ, allocating 3.33% of its 13F equity portfolio to the firm. Given the fact that hedge fund managers' sentiment about Mondelez International Inc., Nasdaq, MDLZ, has been deteriorating, reasoning suggests that a small number of hedge funds decided to sell off their entire holdings last quarter. Intriguingly, Brian Scudieri's Cares Ridge Capital sold the largest holding of all the hedge funds tracked by Insider Monkey, worth over $44.4 million in stock, while Louis Bacon's Moore Global Investments followed suit, selling around $27.9 million worth of stock. These changes are significant because total hedge fund interest remained unchanged. This is a bearish signal in our experience. As you can see, there were an average of 66.9 hedge funds with bullish positions in these equities, with an average investment of $4,829 million. In MDLZ's case, the figure was $2,626 million. The most popular stock in this table is Mercado Libre Inc., Nasdaq, Meli. Snowflake Inc., NYSE. Snow, on the other hand, is the least popular, with only 54 bullish hedge fund positions. Mondelez International Inc., Nasdaq, MDLZ, is even less popular than Snow when compared to these stocks. MDLZ has a 26.7 total hedge fund sentiment score. Stocks with a higher number of hedge fund positions, both in comparison to other stocks and in comparison to their historical range, have a higher sentiment score. By taking a pessimistic view on MDLZ, hedge funds avoided a bullet. The top 20 most popular hedge fund equities returned 81.2% in 2019 and 2020, outperforming the S&P 500 ETF, SPY, by 26 percentage points, according to our calculations. Through March 19, 2021, these stocks gained 5.3%, outperforming the market by 0.8 percentage points. Unfortunately, MDLZ wasn't nearly as popular as these 30 stocks. Hedge fund sentiment was quite unfavorable. MDLZ investors were unhappy, as the stock had returned -0.6% from the end of the fourth quarter, through 3/19, underperforming the market. If you want to invest in large cap stocks with a lot of upside potential, look at the top 30 most popular hedge fund stocks, as most of them have already outperformed the market since 2019. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications before you go. Thanks for watching.